friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 29. Had to check my notes. My name is Lori. I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our two cats Dixie and Daisy. I love to crochet and I'm learning how to knit. You can find all that stuff on Instagram and Ravelry. I'm LoriLulu327. There's an email for this podcast. It is lorilulu327@gmail.com. And there is a Ravelry group for the podcast. I have a couple threads going. Go over, introduce yourself, share your victories with me, and the podcast group, the Ravelry group is Lori Lulu Crochet. But there's a link in the description box down below. Also, in the description box, I will link any yarns that I talk about, patterns, all that. So, shall we get started? Alright, I know I promised a podcast about my makes and progress before I went on my cruise. That didn't happen. Things got crazy around here. So, I got back from the cruise yesterday. I still feel like I'm on the ship. Like, everything is wobbling. So maybe if I rock in my rocking chair, it won't be so bad. I won't feel so bad. We'll see. But before we get into the makes and progress, I have 4 of them that I want to share with you today. But I did want to do some life updates, life stuff before we get into that. Since my last podcast, I went to see Mary Poppins, the Broadway musical. Here's my playbill. I gotta say, I loved it. It was amazing. I am a big Mary Poppins. I am a Mary Poppins geek. Even more so than Harry Potter. This musical is based more off of the books than the Disney movie is. So if you've read the book, like you'll recognize more of the stories. Highly recommend it. Go see it. Run, don't walk. Go see Mary Poppins. The other one is kind of a big victory for us. Again, this year my word for the year is victory, and if you have any victories, small, huge, whatever, share them with me. And let me know if I can share them on the podcast, because I think we all need to cheer each other on. So, last weekend, my husband, who has been working on becoming an ordained pastor, we had the big ordination interview. And I say we because they actually had to interview me as well. I asked Ryan, like, what kind of questions were they going to ask me? He said pretty much just tell your faith story, your testimony, and whether or not you support me in the ministry. I'm like, okay, I can do that, not a problem. Until I saw that there were 12 pastors on the panel. But then I got to looking at the names, and I knew 7 of the 12. Some from college, some were professors that I'd had in college, some were classmates. One was a pastor he was my pastor when I was in high school. Not a problem. But the big one. So one of the pastors in the room, his dad and my dad were roommates in college. So we've known each other since we were little. In fact, I know him by the family nickname. And he goes by his real nickname, or his real name now. On the district, he's known as Carlos, which, that's not how I know him. So that was comforting to know that he was there. Comforting to know that I knew a lot of people. Actually, one of the pastors, at the end, he was actually Ryan's youth pastor. Has known Ryan since Ryan was in 6th grade, so that was amazing. Pretty much, it was it wasn't, I didn't have very many difficult questions. Ryan had more difficult questions. But basically, you know, I was asked, what does ordination mean for me? And it's like, I'm gonna cry again, like I did in the interview. It's like, I feel like I was born to do this. I feel like I was born to be a pastor's wife. So it's the end of, like, this life journey for me. It's not the end. It is a significant achievement in our life journey together. Anyway, of course, I'm crying, and the one pastor that I've known since college, he's like, why are you crying? Basically, he just wanted to know, like, what's the source of my tears? Is it joy? Am I grieving something? And I'm like, no. And I mentioned, you know, my family cries a lot. To which Carlos was like, yeah, they do. And I want to be like, hush now. But I didn't. I was still proper. But I was like, my family cries. We cry a lot. It's not a secret. And I said, most of these tears are just tears of nervousness. That's all it is. So then, later that night, so after the interview, it lasted about half an hour. We came home, and I guess all of the pastors, because there were several interviews being held that day, not just ordination interviews, but like district licensing, all that. So all the pastors had to meet and vote on everybody. And so at 10 o'clock that night, the district superintendent called and said Ryan cleared with a vote of 30-0 for ordination. So in April we will have a big service along with our district assembly, and probably won't wear makeup that day because I will cry it all off. I know I will. So yeah, that is a big, big victory for the Keel household. And then, so that happened on Saturday, and Monday we flew off to Miami to board a boat and go on a cruise. And so, it was great, like a great way to celebrate all of that. I will do another video later. I just didn't want to include cruise stuff with yarn stuff. I'll do a separate cruise video for you later this week. I hope. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff to catch up on right now. So, shall we start with make some progress? I think so. Alright, so make some progress. I kind of had the sniffles before I left on the cruise, so there may be coughing fits as I say that. I will try to edit those out as much as I can. So first, making progress is, I'm calling them my Bohemian Rhapsody socks, because the colorway, the main color of the yarn that I'm using is from Dear Dreams, and it is the colorway Dorian Bahamas Relief. I bought this yarn because I was going to the Bahamas on my cruise, and this is the only project I really took with me. I had a crochet project for the plane. I'll tell you more about that later. It's a design, and I'm still trying to work out the kinks. But for heels and toes, I'm not sure about the cuff. I may just go without. I'm using Lion brand Sock Ease in the colorway Marshmallow. I gotta say, I'm not real a fan of that yarn. It splits like nobody's business. The needles that I'm using are Chowgu Red Lace, US 1.5 or 2.5 millimeter hook, not hooks, they're needles. And the pattern I'm using is the Knit Picks 2 at a Time Toe Up Magic Loop socks. I'm not really thrilled with this pattern either, but you know, I'm learning, figure it out. So last time you saw these socks, I was about in the middle of the foot. Shortly after that, I dropped a stitch. I don't even know if you could, right in there. I kind of twisted the stitches as I was picking up the drop stitch. But here's my socks so far. So I got through the heel, that was the plan, and then on the cruise I was just going to knit on the leg. So the cruise I knit all of this. That's pretty cool, huh? Although I have dropped another stitch, and like I knew I was tired and I should have stopped, and then when I dropped the stitch, I noticed the drop stitch, I was like, alright, I'm done. So this afternoon I will probably try to fix that, get that ready to go, and then I think I might just start doing the cuff, because, and then just have my, this part of the leg, that is what I did on my cruise. Here are my Bohemian Rhapsody socks. Sorry, you probably didn't hear a word I just said. Here are my Bohemian Rhapsody socks. I'm really loving how they turned out. The heel was a bit of a problem for me. I had issues with the gussets, all of that. Had to fix, so that's a big victory for me as well, is I put in a lifeline and then ripped all the way down to the lifeline to fix the gussets because I had done those all wrong. So anyway, I'm picking up drop stitches. Like, who am I? Really, I am not a knitter, and I'm doing all this stuff. Anyway, so those are my socks. They have been in my Wonder Woman bag from Allegheny Fiber Studio. The pin that I have is from Claudia from Crochet Luna. Good girls. Get all the yarn. Yeah. So, project for today, fix that drop stitch, get onto the cuff. That's the plan. And finish the socks maybe this week. The next making progress that I have is the Clifton cowl. It is a design that I'm working on. The lady that inspired it, one is my mother, and the other one is Lucy Maud Montgomery, who wrote Anne of Green Gables. So Clifton is in reference to Lucy and my mom as well. The yarns that I'm using, my mom picked out. Excuse me. It is, of course, you can't see it because there's the tag, the price tag right over it. But it's Barocco Folio. It says it's a DK weight. I don't think so. I think it's a fingering weight more. Anyway, but it is 65% superfine alpaca and 35% rayon. And there are 3 colors that I have. It's not in the notions pouch. It's actually in the project bag, which is a cute little llama bag. So the colors that I have, let me pull them out for you. So we have Pearl and Tidal, and then Bailey is this coral orangish color. And then here's the cowl. So it's going to be a hooded cowl, and I've just decided to do one big tube, so you can just pull it up over your head like that. So last time you saw it, I was just finishing that green stripe there with my Christmas light bulb progress keeper, and I've done all of this since then. I knew I was going to have to do a big stripe of the pearl, because I'm not going to have enough of the Tidal or the Bailey to do enough. So, well, I'll just do one random stripe in there. Mom, if you don't like it, let me know. I can fix it. It's not a problem. But here's the hood and cowl so far. We have lots of fun texture, which I love good texture in a garment, in an accessory, whatever. When I'm making stuff, I love to have texture in my stuff. So yeah, that's it so far. Like I said, I'm going to be able to pull it up and around, keep you warm. So I'll do a few more stripes. It's like I'll do another green and orange, yeah, after this one. So I'll end with orange, which is not my color, it's Mom's color for sure. But yeah, so here it is so far. Yay! As I thoroughly mess up my hair now. So again, design in progress, and we will get that done soon. That's the plan, get that finished so Mom can have it for these cold winters that we have now. The next project, I showed it briefly for a bit. This is me trying to figure out how to knit. This is basically something that I worked on while I was practicing knitting, so I'd be ready for my socks. So it's just going to be a cowl, a knitted cowl, real simple. The yarn that I'm using is Yarn Bee Andy's Alpaca in Mountain Bluebird. It is 80% acrylic, 20% alpaca. Here, oh, where's the ball? Here we go. So here, alright, forget showing you the ball. So last time I showed it, I was here. I had this much done, and I've done this much since. So it's a row of knit, a row of purl. That's how I'm getting this. And then I have this stripe here where it was just knit, knit, knit on both ways. Forget what that's called. Is that stockinette? Garter? I don't remember. I'm still learning. But I really just want it to go this way. Around my neck. Keep me warm. I have no idea where that ball went to. It's rolled. I will get it later. So yeah, that's practice for me. And then the last work in progress, not work in progress, my last make in progress that I'm working on is my scrap can. This is just, whatever scraps I have, I kind of tied them all into, and then created balls with those. So it's a surprise, like, oh, I'm on to the next color. What color is this? Oh, that's what it is. And then I kind of just do different stitches. Like, oh, I feel like doing half doubles for this row. Or I feel like doing a double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one. So it's a very eclectic bag. I've decided that this will be like what I work on when I'm watching basketball. Because it's something I don't really have to look at. I can just watch the game and be stressed. And not worry about stressing about my project. But I still have something to do with my hands. Because I have to move my hands. You ready? This thing is huge. It's living in this big old llama bag that I got for my birthday from my Love Knots ladies. It's holding all of the yarn and my yarn bowl that my daddy made for me. So where was I the last time you saw it? Okay, I was there, where the stitch marker is. Let's flip it around, shall we? You can see there's it came with my Wonder Woman clay ergonomic crochet hook. Anyway, so here we go. Ta-da! It's huge. It's, yeah, I'm loving this so much. Although this green, I don't remember what that's from. Who knows? Who knows? Some of the stuff I do remember, some of the stuff I'm like, what? Where'd that come from? I don't know. But anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's about, yeah, it's my wingspan width. So it'll be a nice, like, blanket to cover up with on the couch. Yeah. So, those are from my 4 makes in progress. I do have a design in progress I'm working on. I'm not quite happy with how it's working out right now. So I don't really want to show it. So this week, work on my socks. Hopefully get those done. Work on the cowl, get that done for my mother. And yeah. And I have more projects to get started. So hopefully I'll get those done, get those off my plate, and get other stuff working on. Oh, I totally forgot to show you. Oh. So my knitted cowl that I'm working on. Again, the ball is somewhere in this room. It's living in my History Chicks bag. History Chicks is a podcast that I love to listen to. And I put on there and I took this with me when we went for the ordination interview. This button that says, I support women clergy, because I do. And, yeah, all for the women. I don't know. I'm rambling now, so I will go, and I will see you in a bit. 2 weeks? I don't know. Tax season is starting, so I could use prayers for that. We'll see how the rest of this month and the rest of the tax season goes. Alright, again, I'm rambling. I hope you have a blessed time. Have fun with your crafting, your knitting, crocheting, whatever you do. And God bless. Bye!